pretty sure I completed it.
Oh my God, what was on this list?
There's a lot of stuff.
Give me
So
a number of how many things.
I'd say a solid like 9 to 10.
Anything like heavy, heavy?
I mean, there's a couple of things. I mean, there's like at least
Are we?
3 or 4 pretty heavy. We'll save that for
Yeah, we'll save
another
that for
time.
something else. Yeah, we'll save that for another time. I don't know if
But
the viewers are ready for all that.
I've done. I mean, the craziest one was I have done LSD, and I did it at a pretty young age, like 16, 17, and it was pretty cool. I mean,
I heard a lot of people prefer LSD over shrooms.
to be so when I did LSD, I was kind of with people that I didn't really hang out with very often.
Yeah, I feel like you were psychedelics. You definitely have to be in like in a
In a
nice,
good
like
environment.
controlled
Yeah.
environment. It's soothing.
I mean, so like the people I hung out with, like we were just moving around. So we went to a boat, and then from there we went to someone else's basement, then to a house. So we're all moving around. I mean, the trip was good, but it's a little bit too much for me at the time. I don't. I mean, I might do it again if I'm with a group of people that I know, but I don't have the
yeah,
urge to do it. You
definitely.
know.
Yeah, I feel you. Definitely do it like that at a better group and a more like secluded location where we can relax and just kind of experience it. And I'm talking like I know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I'm just saying
You kind of do though. I mean, like that's what I've learned. Like you just gotta be around a good environment. You can't. I prefer not to be like. I mean,
you don't want to be alone, but
yeah, I don't want to be alone, but like
you don't wanna be
maybe
that
like
guy like going to the movie alone, just tripping alone.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's a lot of people who microdose though, like daily.
Yeah, I
They'll
heard
just
that's
do like
good for your
small
health.
amounts of
Yeah.
DMT or LSD or shroom.
I'm tempted to do shrooms again. What I want to do is my cousin told me he did 2 or 3 of his other cousins with him. They all did shrooms together, and they went to a so they lived in UF at the time. They went to a art museum out there. They just started tripping balls. Like it was a good trip for them. Like so that's the one thing I mean I'm gonna add that to my bucket list right now.
Trip balls at a museum, an art
Yep.
museum. That'd be
Yep.
pretty dope though. You probably see all this little paintings coming to life and or like just doing some crazy shit. I don't know what it's like on psychedelics, so I can't say, but I'm definitely interested for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
it's becoming more of like a legal thing. And I've heard that psilocybin's being used for like neurogenetic or like
They're also using that for
recuperation.
so they're using LSD for PTSD.
Yeah, I heard that too. Like it's good for
Yeah.
a couple of things, and I heard a lot of people lately seem like they're just want to get rid of the drug war. You know, it seems like it's causing more harm than it's really done good. And at the end of the day, you know, really telling a grown adult what to put in their body or not, instead of just trying to like punish them and put them in jail, you should really be focusing on trying to like rehabilitate them if they really have a problem, or just make it to where it's more accessible and clean and get rid of like the cartel's monopoly on the illegal drugs.
Where
And
they
make
put
it legal.
fentanyl and stuff into it.
Yeah, just fucked up shit. I mean, I don't know anyone personally, but I know someone who had a good friend of theirs die from like laced fentanyl shit.
Yeah, I mean like the way I perceive it, drugs aren't bad. It's the people that abuse them.
Yeah, it's how you use it because
I
I mean,
mean-
there's definitely people with addictive personalities.
Yeah, definitely. I mean like so there's this one professor that uses I believe shrooms or coke every other day. I mean,
Was
like
he on Joe Rogan's podcast lately?
yeah,
Was it
yeah.
a black dude?
I don't know.
I think.
I didn't watch the video.
Oh yeah. Okay. Professor.
Something, but he's on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And so like what I learned is I mean drugs aren't bad as long as you have self control and there's like a moderation of them. Like
Yeah. You don't
can't
want to just
overdo
go
it.
crazy. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And on top of that, I believe it's Switzerland or something. Instead of another thing that I heard on Joe Rogan's podcast, so people that have drug addiction, for example, to heroin, for example, to heroin, in Switzerland, instead of cutting them off right away, they keep on giving them heroin, like clean heroin.
Oh yeah, but they prescribe it to him, right?
They
So
prescribe it
yeah,
to
so
them,
you
and
don't
then
have
like
to
they
worry
set
about
them up
the
with a steady
dangers.
job, and they slowly get them off of it.
See, you know, that's like something that you would. I feel like most general humans would agree to is like trying to help people instead of just lock them up.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean that makes a lot more sense. I mean like the way I'm not exactly sure how you worded it, but the way you said it made a lot more sense. Where essentially I mean, you can't cut someone off right away because they're gonna end up going back to it, running back to it. Slowly ease them off, set them up with a proper job,
Yeah, you
and
gotta
make their
wean
life
'em.
happy at the end of the day. As long as they're happy, they're not gonna be they're gonna be too occupied or too busy trying to search for that drug.
Yeah, I mean, you're just looking at it as them using a drug. There's most of the times there's something deeper to that mentally or emotionally that's caused them to go to that drug or something that's like giving them a good reason to fucking, you know, use that as a coping method or, you know, maybe they just got lost partying too hard or, you know, they got too addicted and they lost control. Who knows? Like I said, just do it. Like you said, do it in moderation. and
Mm.
I think that you know,
You should be fine.
yeah, I mean, it should be fine. Like they say, most things in moderation. You know, like a lot of the foods and shit that you say is bad for you, but like a little bit of chocolate or a little bit of salt, a little bit of fat here and there, in moderation isn't too bad. I mean, you need like a lot of that shit to survive, but you don't need 10 pounds of chocolate a day.
Yeah, exactly. If you can eat 10 pounds, you're gonna die. I'm sorry.
Your heart's gonna stop within 7 minutes of you finishing that last ounce of chocolate.
Yup.
So, Shabubi,
Shabubi.
one of our good friends that was recently on the podcast.
Yeah, man, I missed him. I hit him up like 2 3 days before he shipped out. I was trying to hang out with him, but he was busy gathering all this stuff together and etc.
Yeah,
But
he's joining the military, man.
that's crazy. I didn't really get a chance to talk to him, but that's good for him, man. Like I have a cousin that's in the army right now.
Yeah, same too. It's funny. One of my good childhood friends, David, and my cousin Gabriel, actually shipped out at the same time.
Really?
Yeah, it was interesting, the timing.
I mean, like it's. I mean, it's a good setup to be honest with you. Like, my cousin plans on doing like 6 or 7 years after that. He wants to retire, and from there, like, what ends up happening is you get USAA, so they'll give you essentially any loan amount with 0% interest as long as you're a veteran.
Yeah.
So apparently he wants to do like 7 to 8 years in the army, and then from there, hopefully ship back home
Mhm.
and start a business for himself.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Like you said, it's a good like setup, especially for for the people who don't really like to go to school, or maybe not a technical school, or maybe you just want to serve the country and be a patriot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so I saw my cousin before and after he did boot camp, and before he was a pretty hard partier. He used to party like every weekend and every day, drink a decent amount. And after boot camp, when we went for his graduation, he was kind of changed. Like um they like you and Shabab said, they break you down, they build you up. So that's kind of what I felt like happened to him. Like he had a different perspective on life. He understands different things. The crazy part is he actually wasn't in India until like 2012. So my parents brought him over, his whole family over, and
I mean, he didn't come from India until 2012,
yeah,
or
so
like he
yeah, so
went to India.
no, he didn't come
Okay,
from
he
India.
came from India. Okay.
Yeah.
How old is he?
So he's 2 years younger than me. So I'm 20. I turned 23, so he's like 22.
When did he join the army?
A year and a
18?
half ago, 2 years ago.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so like as soon as he got here, like he had a very heavy accent, but he came Americanized pretty quick, man. Like within 2 years, his accent was gone. Worked at Hollister, wore Hollister clothes. He was killing the American scene.
Yeah, I mean that's the beautiful thing about America, man. We're supposed to be the melting pot. We're supposed to be, everyone can come here, everyone's accepted, everyone's supposed to be free, man, woman, whatever, color, race, creed, religion.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the weird thing is, it's like we're all fucking we're like, we're all humans, we're all together, we're the melting pot. And like I said, I like to learn about other like religions, other cultures, economies. It's interesting to learn about other people in other places because we're the same species, but we have so much diversity. But we view that as like a threat or like a bad thing that someone's not the same exact thing as us. You know what I'm saying? Even though we are the exact same thing.
Well, it's really not. I mean, like at the end of the day, they're gonna have different stories. They're gonna have a different view on life. I mean, I guess the past year and a half, or like ever since I kind of started my job, I like talking to people. I get to know like what they live through, what they experience, and like how shit is. Like for example, I know I know someone that's a Vietnam vet. So he's a cool guy. He's a white dude. He is tan, so he's like a lot darker than I am. And so essentially he's telling us like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I didn't know. Like apparently when Vietnam veterans came home, they got labeled as baby killers.
Really? I mean, yeah, that's fucked up. I think I heard about like the hippies and shit back in the day when they came back, were like at the airports and like shit talking them, spitting on them, and all this.
Yeah, because so essentially like they killed kids that they were fighting against all the way into Vietnam. I mean, he kind of put into his perspective to me like, yeah, oh, you killed a kid? How could you do that? But he's like, Sam, so he knows me about my work name, so he calls me Sam. Think about it. When you have 6 to 7 kids that are trying to kill you, they set up bombs and they're trying to kill you and your whole team. What are you gonna do at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I'll never forget like the story Mr. Green, my 7th grade history teacher, told me because I think he was in the one of the wars too. He said, you know, you be nice to the kids. You know, you walk up. He said he watched his buddy walk up to give this kid a piece of candy, and then boom,
Yep.
the kid and him just blew up and just died. And it's fucked up. But I mean, they're using kids as weapons and as
You got to
military.
retaliate. I mean,
I mean,
I understand that point of view now. Like before, it's like, oh, you
Mhm.
killed a kid. I can't believe that. But now, like when he opens up to his perspective,
That's
it
the whole
changed the
thing.
story.
You have to look at all sides, all views, everything. I mean, you may not like it. Oh man, I got country as fuck there. I was like, you may not like
You
it,
might not like it,
but you'll never truly understand until you see both sides and you actually go or you just live it yourself and get your own experience. What are you
Yeah.
gonna do? You're gonna let yourself get blown up by a kid, or are you gonna protect yourself? At the end of the day, bro, this is real shit. This isn't a game. It's war.
it's your life.
People are living and dying. It's like, do you want to let that kid live to die another day, or do you want to let that kid die today, and so you can go back and see your family tomorrow?
Exactly. You put it perfectly.
It sucks, but I mean, like, humans are very tribalistic, and that we really do group together a lot, and we find people that are similar to us and kind of band together, and other people who aren't like us, we
They're
kind of just push
outsiders.
away. Yeah, outsiders.
Talking about that. So I'm not sure if you heard, but there's an island near India. It's a
Shangri-La?
nah,
Not Shangri-La.
I don't believe so.
Or Sri Lanka?
So that's an island, but it's not that one.
Not that one.
Yeah, so like this is a different island where essentially they're protected. Like the people, they're tribal people. So essentially they've never had any contact with actual modern civilization.
Is this the one where they like
They
shoot
killed-
arrows
yeah.
and they kill everyone? Yeah, I've heard about this.
So I'm not sure if you heard this, but they killed a priest. There was a priest that was trying to go there and spread Christianity.
That
Apparently
sounds like something that would happen.
he's been there a couple of times, like 2 or 3 times before that, and like they shoot him away. They're like, yeah, get off of here, don't come back. And he ended up going there like 3rd or 4th time, and they killed him. And I mean,
Is that the island? Are they cannibals? Is that the
no,
island?
they're not cannibals. So
okay,
like,
I was reading about
so-
a different island then.
so the reason they killed him is I think to protect their tradition, and on top of that, someone else was making a good point. They're not exposed to diseases like us.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Is the diseases they have none of the immunities or like
Exactly.
ancestral immunities built up, the technology, the growth.
So that whole island's protected, so that they're essentially not exposed to like COVID. I mean, hopefully not COVID or anything of that nature. To that island,
Imagine if humanity got wiped out and that was it. It was just them. They had to
Yeah.
restart all of humanity.
right?
That would be wild as fuck.
I mean, we had that little back piece to do so.
Bro, imagine you find out your country's the only group of humans left in the entire world. Like, just every other country, all the humans just died from Ebola or sickness, or I said Ebola like a fucking, oh my god. I mean, fucking COVID. Ebola is old news. Now it's actually monkeypox.
Monkeypox. That'd be crazy. That'd be really crazy. I don't know what I'd do at that point. I mean, I'd go into zombie mode, start scavenging everything, because eventually that's what's gonna happen, in my opinion. That's what's gonna end up happening, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think it'd always be fun to do like a trial like zombie run thing. If
I-
you could just live in a world or like do VR or some shit.
I saw. I was listening to the podcast with you, Zach, and Noah, where he talked about like a whole
The theme park
zombie
idea?
town. Yeah.
What did you think?
It's a good idea, but not to the point where Zach pushed it, where you kick people and stuff like that.
Yeah, people would probably actually die.
But that sounds interesting. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, like have like maybe paintball guns, or have you seen those
Yeah.
Orby guns?
Orby guns, where they shoot the little rubber
The
water
gel,
ball
yeah.
things.
So there's Orby guns, and so like just have actors, have zombies like trying to come out. If you get
Yeah,
touched,
use
you're
airsoft
infected.
or something too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it'd be a pretty cool idea because who doesn't like zombies, bro? Everyone loves zombies.
I mean, that's a really good idea. You just gotta have.
The money.
Yeah. I mean, let me tell you, if you did it here in Florida with at least like maybe 25, 30 acres, you'd be set.
Oh, for sure, dude. There's so like Ocala or something, or
Yeah,
like a big chunk
exactly.
of land somewhere where there's a bunch of trees and woods, and you can just put some like fake buildings and resource centers, and like maybe fake it like just buy a ghost town,
Yeah,
and then you get a whole town right there, and you just use it as like
near
just
St.
cool
Augustine
shit.
or something. You
That'd
ever
be
been paintballing?
I have a few times, yeah.
Man, I haven't been paintballing for like 3 or 4 years, but I had fun when I went last time with my cousins. Oh my god, bro! I felt like I was playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, no, you get like a gun in your hand, you feel like you're the man. You're